ignite interest in the...
There is a conversation that we are not willing to actually have. That if you look at this photo, it's actually the other side of the coin that is actually the broad-based government. Just the other side of it. Because this strategy, just by looking at that photo, this strategy plays into what William Ruto really wants. Because William Ruto came to power by destroying the long-held idea that we always voted around our identities. You might not have liked the Hustler versus Dynasty's way of packaging the campaign, but that was the first time a campaign was won on issues other than, I'm talking about the core, the very tip of what pierced the campaign. We moved away from the politics of identity and had politics of issues. At least issues defined how an election turned out. Well, whether you look at it as marginally or whatever, but at least that is what carried the day. Now, having realized that he has lost the ground, the president and his team are busy re-ethnicizing the country. And I used last year deliberately to look at how last year, because the people embraced the politics of issues, and then they no longer so much cared about their identities and where they come from. If you look at the Gen Z demonstrations, for example, people were just about, if we gave you a job, do your damn job right. If you are supposed to not to steal, everybody else follow the law, deliver on your promises, just get your work done. Don't appeal to my identities or anything else. But if you look at this particular picture, it's so much about people going back home. We are re-ethnicizing the country after the country has moved on. The horse has bolted. That's what I'm saying. It is a good idea. But over time, of course, it mutates. So in real politics, they are going back to where we've been. And by the way, if you look at what this actually tries to explain is that this one comes from this particular area, or these ones are from this particular area. We are playing into what? Because the only way William Ruto can win an election is if we go back into our ethnic cocoons. But if we have the mindset and the thinking of 2024, William Ruto has no way of winning an election. But this strategy plays right into it. So look at broad-based, for example. Raila and his team have come into this broad-based government with a few leaders. But Raila's supporters remained in opposition. They never came with him. That is why you see it's actually in the middle. So you have got ODM in opposition and then ODM in government. But the base that actually supports Raila has not moved. If you ask the ordinary people who support ODM, they really are not energized by being into that thing. They are not there. And that's why you see the party is actually wobbling. But fair enough for Raila, this is his best handshake. Of all the 4 handshakes he has ever had, this is where he actually has gotten. If it was betting he's done, he bet na ilingia, as in ako sawa. But the problem, that is why he's even risking the party.
Yes.
But as it were, this photo does not represent at this point, I know it's an idea that is evolving and will get better. That is the conversation I'm trying to actually push. That it can be better. This is a good idea. They've made progress. They are meeting. They are reducing ideological and political differences. But this is not the face of Kenya. This is not representative of the political temperature. As is today, it doesn't feel the heartbeat of the country, but they can get there. The idea that this is already mature is what I'm actually trying to destroy, that this can get better. It's a good idea, but it can be better.
It's a good starting point.
Yeah.
Yes, but do you agree that the arithmetic is back to...
He said the best Raila has is the current bet. and it did not justify. You know, when you make a statement, you support it. Of course...
Because we were not even talking about Raila.
Because Raila...